first 3 minutes just need to be deleted.
Yeah. Well, there was one I cut we
That's all
rambled
the
on for like 7 minutes, and there was like 6 F-bombs in the first couple minutes, and I'm like, I'm just gonna cut all that out and leave like 30 seconds before the read-in.
That's a good call.
None of them were me.
It was all Todd, and then maybe like one Nick, which is rare because Nick is never here. So.
Yeah, believe nothing you hear today.
That's right.
Oh, God, April Fools.
Speaking of, hi and welcome to the Y'all Ain't Right podcast. I'm Brittany. I'm here with Tyler, Todd, and our special guest, Nick, is here today.
Yay! I'm now guest status. I can dig it.
And before you do anything else, don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. We're on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Music, and a handful of others that they probably use in other countries.
And something called Podcorn that I keep getting notifications for, and I didn't even know it was a thing. So
that does not sound. Let's look that up.
But today we're talking about bees.
Woohoo!
I feel like I'm really qualified to talk about this topic because I'm most affected by the pollen in the area.
I was gonna say, are you allergic?
Yeah, I was just wondering that too. I didn't know where that was going.
Yeah, same here.
I take 2 24-hour allergy pills every 12 hours.
And they're all crap.
Yeah, they're awful. I have to take one every day too, and they maybe work a little bit.
I've seen recently where most of them don't do anything.
Yeah, they
especially allergy wise. They either make you not tired or tired, but other than that, they don't do a lot for sinuses and
so long as they give some
and
antihistamine ability. That's
I feel like that's been.
I can tell a difference though, because I woke up in the middle of the night.
Placebo.
Every time I take mine, it dries me right up.
Depends on what Sudafed they say is good, but then it makes you tired.
So
yeah, I don't take that stuff.
A little cocktail of allergy medicine, and then Mucinex seems to do the trick for me, and that's like a couple weeks.
And I have to do like the extra advanced Mondo strength
you hallucinate.
Yeah.
Mix them up and get some nighttime terrors.
If I don't use like the maximum strength DM whatever Mucinex, I might as well just be taking vitamins. It does nothing.
Yeah, it never works for me.
You wouldn't know what taking a vitamin is.
I take
the stuff that's supposed to make me tired makes me hyper, and the stuff that's supposed to keep you awake makes me tired. So all that.
I think that means that you have ADHD.
Yeah, I don't know what that means. But
that would explain a lot.
But I don't like taking any of it at night because most of it it makes me hyper.
You just like to drink coffee at night.
Nah, I stop about 10 o'clock. Way before that. No. I usually stop about 1 or 2.
Well, are you any of you guys Tennessee Smart Yard certified?
Definitely not.
I came close. I've done the classes.
Yeah.
That is the.
I just didn't do the homework on the house.
The Smart Yard stuff.
I just didn't do what it
the dumbest
actually
stuff
entails.
I've ever seen.
Of course you would say so.
It is. Have you actually seen a Smart Yard?
There's one in the back.
It is atrocious. It looks like just an overgrown yard.
Some of them, yeah.
It's awful. I drive by one every day to the office, and it's in the middle of Dean Hill.
Yes.
And people absolutely hate it. And there's nothing you can do about it because they've gotten certified by UT Ag to have a smart yard, so now it's protected. But it looks like,
is it local?
Overgrown weeds.
Is it because it's local plants and?
Yeah.
I don't know. UT's got a program that'll certify a yard.
Yeah. I've gone through all the.
It's so dumb.
I saw one of those. It's there's one in South Knoxville, and you drive past it, and they basically just don't mow the lawn.
Yep. It's a license to be lazy.
There's a sign in the yard that's something along the lines of agricultural certified natural habitat or something like that, and it's literally just a bunch of weeds and random wildflowers.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
Is you're working with the local native environment to try and promote, local plants.
I don't know. Please tell me.
No, you're working with trying to help pollinators in the area, give them plants. You're using recycled material as compost. It's environmentally friendly, and it works with your specific local environment.
Beauty is in the eye of the beholder.
Yeah.
So the ironic thing is we've done it for I don't know how long without a smart yard, and everything's been working pretty much just
No,
fine.
we're working against the environment a lot of the time in our yard.
My flowers grow, my veggies grow. I don't need a smart yard full
You
of
don't have
weeds
a
to tell me that.
garden. We all know
I
that.
was
I
gonna
sure
say.
do.
I sprayed a ton of pesticides
Tomatoes.
over the weekend, so
Tyler,
Oh my God.
what?
this is what I'm talking about.
I have carpenter ants really bad in my backyard.
We have no more bees anywhere
I
near
will stick
Tyler.
to it. A smart yard is a license to be lazy.
So I did.
I think they're more work.
I did do the.
You don't do anything.
Well, you
You
got
do
to
too.
You got to do a lot to stay certified.
Please.
But I went and did the Tennessee milkweed save the pollinators thing and did the seeds and planted all those. So I'm wondering if they'll actually
Did
grow
they start
this
coming
year.
up?
I don't know. I've been checking. I haven't seen them yet. I don't know if they're supposed to come up late spring or what.
You're
but
supposed to plant them in the fall.
I did. I planted
Okay.
them in October, I think, before it started getting really cold, because it says that those seeds need to have the frost and stuff is what activates them to start germinating. I don't know. So I read the package and did what it told me to do. So I planted them. I made a place all around my shed, and I was like, there we go. That place looks bad anyway, so I'll just let that stuff grow. There's supposed to be flowers for butterflies and bees. I don't know.
Yeah.
I planted sowed in mine some creeping thyme in my yard. So we'll see if it comes up or not. But
It's golly.
I'm not 100% sure what creeping thyme
There's one
is.
in Holston Hills that's the same way. And it looks so bad. Every time I'm at the golf course, I look over and I'm like, yep, there it is. That POS yard sitting there on the hill. I mean, it looks atrocious.
But they're certified.
Oh, yeah, they got that fancy UT Ag sign in the yard, baby. You can't make me do it.
Yeah, that means the county can't fine them for not
That's
mowing.
right. Well, I got news for them. You've heard it here first. You know, save this as a reference. One of these days, I'm going to put my riding mower on the trailer. And I'm just going to pull
number one,
over,
you're not doing that.
And I'm going to
You're
start.
full
I'd do it in a heartbeat. If I didn't go to jail, I'd do it in a heartbeat.
Well,
Hence
for
the
those
jail
of you
part.
that
Yeah.
are interested in the environment, we'll flash this on the screen at the end so that you can screenshot it if you want to get Tennessee Smart Yard certified.
Please don't.
And let us know if you do, because I would love to hear about it.
And I'd love to cut your yard.
It is kind of nice, like if you do it right and it's mostly flowers and stuff because it looks good. But that's really for people who are already doing those kinds of things.
And know how to garden.
Yeah.
Most people don't, and therefore it's just a bunch of weeds.
It's probably a good way, like if you want to learn some of that stuff, it's probably a good way to do that too.
Yeah, that you can have rain barrels collect rainwater so that you can flower or water your plants and all that kind of stuff rather than running more water from your water hose.
I almost bought one over the weekend. But they're like $100 for the nice ones that you don't just make yourself.
Yeah, they're a little bit pricey.
I think Home Depot's has them. They were like $99, but it's got the filter on top and the valve on the bottom, and it's just ready to go. You just take it and set it up.
Probably better than building one of your own.
Yeah, because you see me drilling holes and putting in valves and toting around a 50-gallon barrel on my back. Yeah, no.
That's what the truck's for.
Yeah. I'll be calling Todd. Todd, you're my friend with the truck
You
now.
know, you got an SUV there that'll fit perfectly in the back. You got plenty of room.
Yeah, I filled it full of hay bales the other day. Or
Did you?
straw bales. It was awful.
Did you reseed?
Yeah, finally. My yard's full of grass just before the rain. Yeah.
Did it drown it?
So, yes, but it's good.
I was
wanted
going to say
to.
it probably drowned it.
So that's the second time because a couple weeks ago I went and bought a 40-pound bag of Kentucky 31 and went, seeding my whole yard. Went to go get the straw and they're like, oh, we don't have any more. Called 4 different places, nobody had straw, and I was like, okay, well, there's a massive storm coming in 2 days and I have no straw, so it all washed away and I had to do it again.
So I bet it washed it out.
Sure did.
Yep.
It was awful. What a waste.
I'd rather have a dirt yard than a smart yard.
Yeah. Dirt yard.
Speaking of placebo allergy remedies, apparently I've been eating local honey for many years, hoping that would help something.
They always said it does, but I don't know.
I don't think it does. I have never noticed a difference.
I think it's a myth.
Yeah.
So are smart yards.
Although it's apparently a myth that, I don't know if you've heard about like not putting a metal spoon in your honey That's why they've got like the wooden honeycombs, because you don't want to put the metal spoon in there, because they've said that it would like neutralize the pollen or whatever that's in their enzymes, and so that makes it not as good for you or whatever. But apparently that's a myth.
Yeah, never heard that one.
But
I've seen because of the metal spoons and the wooden spoons and what do you call the dippers? What did you call it?
honeycomb.
Honeycomb, yeah.
The dippers.
Or that I'm thinking of Cheerios.
It's
not
actually
That's
a
his
dipper.
wand.
Yeah, is it called a wand?
I mean,
Honey wand? Or,
I don't know, maybe.
It's
Probably.
called.
I was just thinking of the Cheerios is
I don't know what it's
came
called,
to mind.
but I've seen it. So my allergies used to be worse up north than they are down here, because I felt like it would hit all of a sudden, like it would get warm, be cold, and then all of a sudden warm up, and everything would bloom at one time. And we didn't have air conditioner either, so you got no relief coming inside.
Yeah.
But most houses growing up didn't have air conditioning up north. So, because, summer was only 2-3 months a year. So, and we didn't have these combined units and stuff like that. So, but like it would just kill me all of a sudden at springtime.
That makes sense, I guess, because you don't have a home filter or anything like that.
Yeah.
It's just
There's no relief, literally no relief inside or out. So, because you had your windows open and stuff.
It's probably how your mom felt about you.
Probably,
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Fly the coop.
And speaking of, I think you brought this up a few minutes ago. It was the famous quote, "If bees disappeared from the surface of the earth, man would have no more than 4 to 5 years left to live." So a lot of people think that that's an Einstein quote, but apparently there's no evidence that it is.
Huh.
I don't know where that
Interesting.
came from. I just know that we need them for pollination because a lot of farmers rent bees.
Yep. Yep. And they also, they'll allow space if there's somebody that wants to beekeep.
Yeah.
They're like, yeah, please put it over here.
Hell
Please.
yeah. It's amazing the what is there, red honey. There's a purple honey.
Purple honey's crazy looking.
Yeah, it's all crazy looking. It's just whatever. They've done studies to figure out what they're pollinating on and stuff like that. I forget and then there's drunken honey.
Oh, yeah.
Like it's somewhere in Europe or Asia or something like that. Craziness.
Yeah.
Crazy.
It is a honey dipper.
Honey dipper.
Honey dipper.
That
okay.
makes sense.
Yeah.
I have trouble with mine crystallizing. I made some hot honey the other day.
Me
That sounds
too.
good. I'm going to have to get a new stand for this mock because it just keeps falling down.
I wonder if you can put something in there in between it,
I don't know, maybe. Or maybe I'll just get a stick and put right here.
like a rubber gasket or something in between that,
Yeah, like one of the little stand sticks. Yeah.
So a stand for the stand.
or just swap it
Yeah,
with somebody.
let's get a stand for our microphone.
Just tied around your head.
There's a lot of the podcasts where they're just holding on to it.
Yeah, that sounds terrible. I mean, you hear how much noise just from touching it.
You know what else sounds terrible?
Smart yards.
You got it. You nailed it.
So how long does it take to get Smart Yard certified? Is it like a time length period that you have to go through, or is
Grow
it
enough
like
weeds, man?
No, so there's a checklist.
Oh, okay.
And then once you accomplish so many
1
items.
through 4.
Oh, he's looking at all the steps.
Yeah.
For someone that hates it so badly, you sure are interested.
Yeah, because I'm interested to see just, how lazy it's going to allow you to be. Step 1, get a workbook and a yardstick.
We'll have the link to this website
Yeah.
in the
Just put it on there.
description
We're really selling
for
Your
the
weeds-
comment.
Now,
Your
dear,
weeds must grow 36 inches high to classify. Cool.
But yeah, you have a little checklist, and then once you hit so many things on the checklist, and you're certified, and you can contact them to get this sign in your yard saying I'm Tennessee Smart Yard certified.
now would be a good time to do it too, because we're moving into spring and everything's starting to grow, and yeah.
Yeah, I've done all the classes. Well, a lot of the classes, but then you actually have to do the yard and everything else.
Lord
You have
knows
to
if there's a
check it,
social
so-
event, you're going to be there. So
We had it here, so it was easy to do. But you can do just your beds and stuff like that. You don't need to do your whole yard.
Yeah, you just section a place off and call that your Smart Yard,
Yeah.
like this little median thing in the back of our parking lot.
I'm not going to get rid of my driveway. It wants me to get rid of my driveway and go to a gravel drive.
Why
See,
not?
this is what I'm saying. It's the dumbest thing on the planet. Like a smart yard. Get rid of all your nice amenities and grow a bunch of weeds.
What I really want is just like a yard full of flowers or like a garden. No grass.
No grass.
No grass.
Just do like he did and plant some kind of creeping something and let it eat your whole yard.
There you go.
Mint comes back like
Oh my gosh, it's so
crazy.
bad. I planted 2 little mint spriggles one time at my old apartment, and it literally took over the entire front of the apartment. Everybody was like, where did all this mint come from?
But it's a good rodent deterrent and also I think insects too. So
Yeah. I don't know.
it tastes
how.
good.
Finally, they mowed it all down, but it was
come
pretty
back.
rough.
We had a big spearmint one in our house growing up, and I mean it grew and grew over time.
I didn't know they spread like that, or I wouldn't have bought that much.
That and my mom, she planted a bunch of, what are they, the little chicks, the little,
Hen and chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, for years. And I mean, it grew. I mean, those are slow growing, but
Yeah.
well, I'm talking 30 years.
They do. Like, they'll spread, but it does take a long time.
Yeah.
My grandma had some, and it was all across the back part above where they walked into the walkout basement. They had like a hillside that was dug out to make an entrance to go into the basement.
That'd be a
And
good place to put a smart yard.
above the hillside had all that stuff, and it would like hang over the edge.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. She was all about plants.
Y'all, this checklist is nuts.
You're still looking at that?
But it's pretty amazing. So our bees here are from Europe. They're European bees. They've taken over pretty much our American bees because they weren't as, I guess they don't colonize the American bees like the European bees do. So, you know, it's pretty amazing that they've taken hold like they've taken hold. But yeah, I follow a guy on Facebook that is a beekeeper. I follow 2. One is a beekeeper, and like he'll go and get, whenever you just have the random swarm come in, and or you know, in your house and stuff like that, he'll cut it out and get them and then take them to somebody that has a colony and stuff like that. But I also follow a guy I think in Arizona with killer bees. I thought killer bees would be a bigger thing growing up. You know, you saw they had the big movie and stuff like that, but those things are mean and nasty. They just kill them. They use the spray they spray is from marigolds. So it's non-toxic to humans, but it kills on contact the bees. And they also use a glue, a spray adhesive, and it just literally clumps them together and drops them. But they're like super like geared up. I mean, but they have everyone, like they'll go in when someone gets stung, you know, and you know everyone has to stay in their house, or you know they'll have an ambulance and they got to get them in, and like they'll like follow along with them with the spray, like to get them in the car to evacuate them and stuff like that. But they have to, I forget how far back they've got to clear an area, because if they catch a sense of a human being, they will swarm again. But they just say you can't have a beehive in Arizona because the Africanized bees will take over.
Sounds like a great place to live.
Oh, just, you know, it's like
Awesome.
it's like living in
Australia.
Australia. Everything wants to kill you.
Australia, Florida, really.
Yeah.
Every time I think about it, you go to, what is it, California, and they've got mountain lions and stuff. Every time I think about it, I'm like, we're in a really good spot. Grizzlies. Yeah.
I sold a house in Nashville to some people who were coming from Colorado, and one of the questions that she asked the builder is, do we have to worry about mountain lions around here? And I was like, it never even registered like that's a real thing there. God. So I'm like, well, that's like here you might have a coyote wander into your backyard, but a mountain lion, that's not really a thing here.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some around, but
I have
not
seen
like
one.
Not like that.
No, it was a big one up in Oliver Springs. It was carrying a doe across the road.
Regular yard. Smart yard.
Just a weed bed.
Yeah. Just let it grow, baby.
Those bees are happy there.
Oh, I'm sure they are.
Bees can recognize faces, like human faces. apparently with like beekeepers and stuff like that. They
Really?
can form a bond or whatever,
Yeah,
but
I
they're
talk to my
considered.
bees all the time.
Interesting.
I do.
Is that before or after you swat them?
That's during.
Yeah,
Is anybody here allergic to bees? No.
No.
Yeah, never mind.
luckily. My sister is, but I'm not,
Yeah.
thankfully.
Yeah, thank God. Knock on wood.
Yeah. She wasn't growing up, and then she got stung by yellow jackets one time, and then suddenly we realized she was allergic. So somewhere along the lines, she became allergic.
My doctor says you can develop an allergy at any moment.
Yep. I've known people that were not allergic to peanuts and then suddenly were.
Yep.
That would not be one you want to find out
That would
about.
be
I was
horrible.
going to say, anybody have an EpiPen? EpiPen?
Yeah. No kidding.
Bless you.
Yeah, bees can live they actually live longer than I thought. I guess I just
Bless you.
assumed
How long do
all
they live?
insects live only a couple of days, but that's just not the truth.
How long do bees live?
The worker bees that are the female bees, those can live, what is it? Anywhere from 4 to 6 months. It just depends on whether they're going out and pollinating or working in the hive or whatever. But I think the male bees, they only live about 30 to 60 days. But the queen bee, she can live for years.
Hey y'all, Tyler here with another real estate tip of the day. When buying or selling, it's important to know your property's bedroom count. You may have 4 rooms with beds, but that doesn't necessarily mean that home has 4 bedrooms. To be considered a bedroom, a room must have a point of ingress and egress so that you can escape the home during an emergency. That usually means a functional window, but it could also be an exterior door. You also have to consider the ceiling height and the room size, as well as the septic system. If you have a septic tank, the septic permit will show the number of bedrooms that are allowed. If the permit says 3 bedrooms, then guess what? That 4th room is an office or a bonus and not a bedroom. Despite the popular opinion, you don't have to have a closet for a room to be considered a bedroom. Many older homes were built with the expectation that the owner would use an armoire and not have a closet. If you have other questions about bedroom count, or if you have other real estate related questions, shoot us an email over at holler@yarpod.com.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
Longer
she's
than
lazy.
what I thought.
Yeah.
She's lazy in there.
Yeah, so don't make a
Just
bee
chilling.
mad because they can recognize faces and they'll tell
Yeah,
their
but
friends.
only for 30 days, and then I'm good.
No, those are just the males. The females live for months.
Not when I swat them and spray them.
And there's rarely a male around. It's usually just 1 or 2 in the entire colony because they only have one job, do what they're supposed to do, and then die.
And the queen bee can decide
like
whether or not, because she can pick the gender.
Yeah, which is crazy.
Yeah.
And she knows when her time is coming and can produce a new queen too.
Crazy.
Yeah,
It's
That's
amazing
awesome.
whenever they
it's crazy.
It's like
when they go to
aliens.
move a hive and they'll find the queen in the bunch. I mean, whenever they're doing it, they're videoing, and it's can you spot the queen?
Yeah,
And no, and then they do, and it's oh yeah, it's pretty obvious. It's because it's usually a different color and a little bit bigger and stuff like that, and the banding's different and stuff. But they'll put it in a little cage. They have a little 3D,
the little bitty one.
and then they'll put it in a box, and they all follow along.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing how they. I mean, just those guys. Period. I mean, number one, I'd be scared to death.
Yeah, I
for
don't-
me.
will,
I'd be spraying them.
you
Like,
will
I
not
just-
see me scooping hundreds of
Yeah.
bees and putting them into
And
boxes.
a lot of times they're not even suited up yet,
Uh-uh.
or they won't even suit up.
they
'cause-
just bare hand a massive
Yeah.
wad of bees and put it into a box. That's
They're
no thank you.
stupid.
I don't mind bees now, hornets and wasps
Oh,
and
yeah,
stuff
no,
like that.
that's-
I'll spray and kill them. But
Regular honeybees around here though, they're not very aggressive.
no, but
Until they become
until you
aggressive.
step on one or something.
And then you have 50 to 100 bees coming at you.
Yeah.
I feel like I used to see a lot of bees whenever spring would start, just swarming around in the yard, and now I don't.
Well, the bees have
probably
been,
a lot less.
dying like crazy. So
Yeah, that's true.
Because you don't see hardly any
Guilty.
bumblebees anymore. You see a lot of carpenter bees. They're starting right now.
yeah,
Unfortunately.
I've been outside
Yeah.
swatting them. They're trying to eat my deck. I sprayed the deck with a lot of pesticides the other day, hoping that helps. We'll see.
Jeez, Tyler.
Get them. Get them.
Like half a container.
You can use coffee grounds and you can use citrus peels.
Or I can use an industrial strength kill 'em all spray.
There
It'll kill
go.
you too.
Well, that's why you mask up. You mask up.
You just got to know which way the wind's blowing.
Or
I was gonna say, I've never seen anyone masking up whenever they're spraying.
Where you don't stand downwind, where you just catch a face full.
The wind
I
shifts.
just wipe it all off my face and keep going.
Ugh, jeez.
True story.
Why can't I
Are
see
you
out of my
alive?
glasses?
But I am alive.
You're alive.
Build up a tolerance.
Well, they don't like loud noises, and they also don't like they respond different to different pitches. They don't like the lower pitch, so they probably don't swarm around you very often.
Bees don't bother me now. Wasps and yellow jackets.
I get stung at least once a year.
So do I.
What?
Like
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Nothing. I'll just be standing there minding my own business, and it'll fly in my shirt.
the yellow
working-
jackets are the
working in
worst
the smart
because they will.
yard.
If you get near them, they will freaking
Yeah.
come after you. Like a bee, you got to like step on it or, something by accident. Where yellow jackets, you get near their nest, they're coming at you.
Yeah.
I'm always outside.
They always get me in the hand.
I've never been. I don't even think I've been stung by a yellow jacket.
Before I moved to this new house, I literally dug up 5 yellow jacket nests out of my old yard, and I hit 3 of them with the lawnmower, and that's how
That's
I
when
found
it's
them
on.
each time.
I've gotten that.
It's
Yeah.
game on when you hit one with a mower.
You're talking about the lawnmower's going that way, and I'm going that way.
I've had that happen. I go back with a little bit of diesel.
Yep, that's
Yeah,
what I
I
did.
can't remember if I have a vague memory of my dad hitting a nest with his lawnmower, and then there was gas involved. He was definitely pouring it down. Do you light it on fire after you pour the gas
Yeah,
down there?
and the bad thing about that is it's usually 120 degrees. You pour the gas, and by the time you go to light it, those fumes have spread.
Yeah.
And like remember the movie Backflash?
No.
It's like that.
No,
You never
no
saw
idea.
the movie Backflash?
I don't even know what that is.
Go watch it. It's like where when you open a door in a fire and the fire.
backdraft, isn't it?
Yeah,
You said backflash.
I said backdraft.
He said backflash.
Did I?
Yeah.
Backflash?
Yeah, you said backflash.
Backdraft.
Either way.
Either way, still
I
don't
know
know
what
what
you're
it is.
Thought I
talking
said
about, but I
backdraft.
think it's
I
backdraft.
thought I said backdraft. But yeah, I mean, because it's hot and it's humid, and those fumes stay low to the ground, and when you light it, it's like whoosh.
Yeah.
And usually there's a little bit of lifting up because you've poured that down
Yeah.
underground.
And that's how the wildfire started.
I don't usually light it.
But
I
you
just
got rid of the bees, though.
I just pour it down in there and let the fumes and stuff do their work.
That's what I do.
You gotta light it.
That's just for the fun, and that's not really doing anything.
So you just
Do a trail, and you light the trail.
yeah, I was like, Todd's like cartooning it out there.
Guilty as charged.
Yeah.
That
Just
would
pour
be
it down
pretty
there.
fun, doing a trail.
How did the wildfire start in West Knoxville? Well, Todd had bees in his yard.
So
Nick saw a smart yard.
years ago, when I lived in Eastern Kentucky, I was going to get my hair cut. This is when I had hair, and a friend of mine lived right beside it. And whenever I was going in, I was talking to her, and she was mowing and ran into a hornet's nest or yellow jackets or whatever. So I was like, "I'll get it." And I'm like, "Do you have any gas?" And you want to talk about like it did? It was really, really, really hot that day, and it went whoosh, poof, and leaves caught on fire. Like I was like, "Oh crap!" I mean, it was about like we got the hose out, and I was like, "Oh, it was almost got really bad." But
Like, there's witnesses.
it took a little too long to get it lit, and the fumes just
Yeah.
Amateur hour over
evaporated.
here.
Oh, it was. It's like oopsies.
That's why you don't light it.
No, you gotta light it. That's the fun
You
part.
gotta light it. I've been grounded from fire a few times.
Yeah. Oh, I have a history with fire.
I used to take what was it, a hairspray bottle, and just whoosh.
Oh, yeah.
Love that one.
Blowtorch.
Gasoline in a puddle burns. Learned that at a very young age.
Yep. Well,
Also,
the gas floats, so
yeah.
Say it has to do with the density and the volume.
Yeah.
It floats on top, and the
Also,
water can't help you.
Also, as a kid, I used to mow a lot for my grandmother, and I was mowing all day, and then I was putting gasoline in the tractor, and I must have spilled a little bit and caught the tractor on fire. Luckily, I got the hose and put it out, but melted it had the ring around it to catch any runoff, but that caught on fire.
of course it did.
Yeah, that was gone.
The
That would have
thing,
been an expensive oopsie.
the thing that holds the gas caught on fire. I mean,
Yeah. And the gas can was on fire. That was the scary part. But got it out.
Yeah.
You're worse than me.
Oh, I was, literally, I was banned from.
Little dangerous.
I was banned from doing that again. No one knew about that one, actually. I was by myself. Do not let Todd unattended with gas.
That list just keeps getting longer. Things we're not letting Todd
Look at me now, though.
do. He shouldn't drive. Play with fire.
I've not learned my lesson.
Well, bees can apparently get sunburnt.
Really?
I would have never guessed that.
I guess anything can get sunburned.
I guess. Maybe.
Do they have tan lines?
That's what those little straps are.
Why do a bee? It seems like every bee or wasp has some sort of stripes, banding.
The really mean wasps do.
Yeah, yellow jackets, bumblebees are multicolored.
I don't know. I'm sure it serves some kind of purpose in nature,
Yeah,
but
don't know. Scare other predators away.
yeah, it's funny because there's completely harmless flies that look just like bees too. That whole nature's camouflage thing. I look mean, so don't touch me. But yeah,
So if bees sting you, do they die? And can they re-sting you? So I know there's
some of them.
honeybees. Can they? Do they live if they sting you?
I can't remember which ones, but yeah, some of them, they only have one sting.
Yeah, honeybees I think are one of them that often their stinger comes out, but they're sacrificing themselves for the colony pretty much because the stinger stays in and keeps stinging you. But yellow jackets, they'll just wear you out. They'll sting as many times as they can get in and out. It's awful. And they hold on too. They don't let go. But bumblebees are the worst because they'll sting you and they almost every time they're going to die.
A bumblebee, but they don't typically sting you though.
Not really.
Like I think you got to like step on them.
Yeah, you about have to make them.
And I can't tell a bumblebee anymore from a
They're a lot
carpenter
smaller.
bee.
I can't either.
They look the same, really. It's just the bumblebees are smaller. We had a bumblebee nest in my grandpa's front yard last year. You could about walk right on top of them and they wouldn't bother you, which is crazy, but...
Every time I see a bee, I'm like, I think that's the queen, because they all just look so big to me.
And
Same
the
with
queen never
ants.
leaves
The
the,
queen
nest,
never
though,
leaves
does
the
it?
nest.
No.
Yeah, I've probably never seen one. Same with ants. I mean, they have a queen too, don't they?
Yeah.
And I'm always like, I think I saw the queen. I'm sure I haven't
Now,
ever seen one.
You probably have seen the princess ants, the ones with wings that are really big, because
Okay, yeah, I've seen a lot of those.
they're flying off to go make a new colony somewhere.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Either that or ants just keep getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah. Like this time of year, you'll see
Mutant ants. No.
you'll see princess carpenter ants quite a bit right now. I killed a bunch the other day.
Spray them.
Yeah. Oh, I sprayed them real good. But they were like swarming. My whole backyard was full around the trees, and they completely kill those trees too.
Hey, there's
So
plenty
it's-
of farmland they can go live on.
Yeah,
Just
get
stay out of my house.
Get out of my yard.
Yeah.
I live right beside a bunch of woods. Go over there.
Yeah.
I've got like 5, 7 trees, 6, 8. I don't know trees. I have trees in my yard, and so
Tyler has his trees named.
Yeah, 5, 7, 8 trees.
7.
yeah, there's like 7 or 8
Surprised
left.
he's not taking a chainsaw to them because they're trees.
Well, we took one down yesterday or day before. It was Sunday actually, so the day before.
I just got the text.
Tyler just hates nature.
Oh yeah, Taco Tuesday.
I love it.
Taco
It
Tuesday.
just comes in and reminds me every Tuesday. It's like Taco Tuesday.
Do you really need a reminder on that?
Sometimes I do. I mean, I know it's Tuesday, but then sometimes I'll see that and I'm like, oh yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I do need a taco.
$1.50. Yeah. $1.50, man.
I don't care what day it is. I'll take a taco any day.
Yeah,
But especially on Tuesday.
they're cheaper.
$1.50?
Yeah.
That's nuts.
I like a taco.
What do you think about the robotic bees?
Robotic
Like a
bees.
drone?
Yeah.
Like a drone?
I'm A-okay with that.
What?
Because they don't sting you.
Yeah.
Did you not watch Black
I
Mirror?
was going to say, they're probably shooting
Hey.
missiles, though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lasers.
That'll be years from now, decades.
Probably already have it.
I'm pretty sure we have that.
Yeah, we
Probably have
already
it, but
have
it's
it.
not going to be consumer mainstream.
Oh, they'll sting you, but they'll use some kind of like jellyfish poison or some
Yeah, bring it
god
on.
awful neurotoxin.
I'll kill those too.
The CIA's probably got like a whole arsenal of these things.
You think
Oh, I'm
they're
sure they do.
really bees in nature.
Yeah. Well, the birds aren't real, so
That's right. No birds are real.
There's a whole population of
seen
people
that?
that don't
It's-
believe in birds,
it's
The birds
so
are not
stupid.
real.
especially pigeons.
They're government spies.
Interesting.
So
You didn't
stupid.
know that?
No.
It's legit.
Don't send me down a rabbit hole.
Oh,
Go
yeah.
down the rabbit hole.
You need to go down
I'm
that
surprised
rabbit hole.
you of all people have not gone down the birds are not real rabbit
I don't
hole.
go seeking conspiracy theories,
Yes, you do.
but whenever
Yeah.
they
Yes, you do.
find me,
You absolutely do. Well, this
I
one
sent
has
him
now
to her.
found you. Good luck and enjoy.
Birds-
Because there's some crazy people out there.
next week we'll be talking about birds.
Should be like, next week's topic: birds. Are they real?
Birds are almost as real as the world is round. Like, come on now.
True.
Ooh, my brain just broke on that one.
I have a bird's nest.
Birds
in
aren't
my-
real, and the world is flat.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, I mean, that's obvious.
Hey, don't drive off the edge of the earth now, okay? I'd hate for that to happen.
But bees can get drunk. If
On
they
honey?
drink fermented nectar,
That sounds right.
they can get drunk.
Yeah, on the nectar.
And if a bee were to get drunk, you know what it would drink?
It's going to be a pun, isn't
I was
it?
gonna say,
The bee's knees.
Yeah, I don't get it, but okay.
It's a cocktail.
Oh.
You know what's in it, Todd? I feel like you're the most likely to get
no,
this
I do
one.
not.
Is there honey?
There is honey.
No way.
Imagine that.
Sneeze.
Could not have
It's-
guessed.
Gin, honey, and lemon juice. And that actually sounds really good.
Does kind
I
of
was thinking vodka.
I don't like gin.
You don't
Yeah.
like gin?
Really
No, I don't like
flowery.
gin.
I like gin.
No, I'll do it with vodka. I
Occasionally.
wonder if you can make it. I'm sure you can make it with vodka. What would it be called?
Whatever you want to do, Todd.
That sounds like a honey martini if you're using vodka. I don't know. Isn't a
Well,
martini gin too, though? Like,
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was gonna say that, but you beat
Yeah.
me to it. But there's gin and vodka martini.
Yeah, same thing. Different application.
I
guess.
think technically a martini is supposed to be gin,
Probably.
isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's probably
Unless
the original.
you specifically say vodka martini.
Yeah, that's fair. I don't drink enough to know these things.
Or a
Tyler?
gimlet that's both vodka and gin and lemon juice, minus the honey, or it would be a bee's knees.
I don't know how I feel about that.
It's pretty good.
More alcohol. I'm all for it.
That's fair.
Sip it slow.
Or just double the vodka.
Yeah.
Doubled the vodka.
But yeah, so apparently, anyway, bees are very smart. They can supposedly, I don't know how they tested this one, but they're saying that bees can understand the concept of zero. Just to give like an insight to how intelligent they are.
Interesting.
I'm not saying I buy it. I'm saying that's what they're saying.
I mean,
What is? I don't even understand the concept of zero.
that's like the people that think dogs can learn to talk. You know, have you seen those videos of the dogs talking?
Have you seen them where they press on the button? Like
yeah.
they'll have 50 buttons and they'll.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm sure there's some study that has shown that the bees flock to the concept of zero over something else for some reason. But a lot of that stuff, you can find some reality and truth and stuff if you look hard enough.
I don't even know what the concept of zero. I don't understand that.
I don't get it either, but that's almost as fun as imaginary numbers, which is the stupidest thing I've ever seen in math.
You don't like imaginary numbers? Oh man, it's my favorite.
I don't understand that.
I love them. They help solve equations that are unsolvable.
Yeah, it's just a huge pain in the butt.
Are we talking like algebra?
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like
Probably
actual math.
Solving for X.
Probably closer to calculus and geometry for imaginary
Yeah.
numbers.
You know, I used to
I used to.
be good at math, but
I
Math
used
ain't
to.
mathin' for some reason.
I even took a couple math courses as an elective in high school.
Are
But
you-
then
As an
I
elective
got
in high school. Isn't it
nerd
required?
alert. No, well, once you finished your
As an
requirements,
I-
then you had electives. You could do vocational. You could do this. You could do
Yeah.
that. I
Oh.
took history and math.
I was like, isn't math required? please tell me math is still required.
It was
people.
Unicoi County,
Okay.
but
Golly, that's.
but then I got to college, and I think I got my math out of the way the first semester or something like that. So it's been a solid 15 years since I've taken a math course. Don't ask me any questions.
Yeah, I took theoretical statistics in college. No idea why I thought that was a good idea.
Probability
Statistics
and
is fun,
statistics
though.
was
Yeah.
bad enough. I can't imagine that.
I love statistics.
Statistics is great until you move from base level, and then you start getting into some pretty advanced calculations. And I'm like, this stuff is
Those things that
over
take
my
like a page and a half.
Yeah, it's
Dude, I love
ridiculous.
those. Those are fun.
But that's normal math now.
I know.
Now they use that whatever math that you have to like break it out in the
Common
longest-
Core.
Yeah, it's the most ridiculous thing ever. Go back to real math.
Yeah, please.
I don't know how we
Or
went down
just
there.
Google it.
Preach. Preach. It's like smart yards, just go back to mowing your yard.
Yeah.
Yikes. Well, if you do want to do smart yards, we're going to have the link to it
Yeah, so
At-
please
in
register
the-
and put your address in there so I can check on it from time to time.
in the details, and you can screenshot some information at the end too. So don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. We recently had a guest of 100 Things to Do in Knoxville Before You Die that was really awesome. We've got some buyer series coming out for our bonus real estate episodes.
Yeah, the 100 Things to Do in Knoxville episode was the previous episode, and it was a really good one. So go back and watch that one if you missed it.
See y'all next week.
Peace.
Thanks, guys.
Peace.
Thank you for tuning in to today's episode. Don't forget to rate, review, and subscribe. If you or someone you know is thinking about buying or selling real estate in East Tennessee, email us at holler@yarpod.com. You can also reach Brittany Hawkins at 423-270-9572, Todd Huber at 865-456-0101, Tyler Letner at 865-816-0076, and Nick Cantey at 865-250-5167. Our office at Wallace Real Estate can be reached at 865-584-4000. Make sure to ask for YARPod. See y'all next week.